so basically we've done all the steps now, and we've gone through whether to buy as an SL or private, and that's the main, the agenda of this seminar or this chat was to go through with someone that we can rely on and trust upon when it comes to this kind of matters. We also want to mention, because it's been a lot of discussions lately about the wealth tax, and I think it's very important to emphasize and listen to someone that actually knows about this. So can you explain a little bit what it means now that it's been removed?
Yeah, exactly. So last week on the 21st of September, the government of Andalusia, they decided to remove the wealth tax and also to reduct our income tax. So it's good for everyone, not only for non-resident. And that means that before with the wealth tax, all the net profit or all the net income or asset what I would have more than 700,000 euros,
right,
it would be taxed from 0.25 up to 3.5.
Okay.
It depends on how much. Yeah. So it was an unfair tax. So everyone was is thinking that it was, because I was taxed double. I was taxed on my income and I was taxed every year on what I have. So this is a great news, because the government they discovered that a lot of potential high-end clients they were not willing to be resident in Spain because of this high taxation. So now with this wealth tax removed, I think we're going to have a lot of investors coming to be residents, tax residents in Spain.
Yeah.
That means that they can be legally more than 183 days
right,
a year in Spain, and they're not going to be taxed on everything what they own around the world for up to 3.5%, which is a lot. So it's a good measure. It's a good news.
We'd like to wrap it up with speaking about new developments. We have clients that we speak on weekly basis with who are keen and interested in finding out more about properties, but they still have this underlying cautiousness about buying a new development, because they've heard rumors stating that you can lose all your money, or it's never going to be done, or it's not going to be done in time, and so on, and which could actually happen. But in terms of losing their money on the property, is that still a possibility, or it's less likely to happen today rather than it was like 20 years ago when it actually happened?
Yeah, it's less unlikely that it happened now, because of course law changed as well with all the past years. I would say 90s and beginning of 2000 until 2007. It was really common that the promoter, after getting the down payments from all the potential buyers, from the buyers, that they went bankrupt or they went away. Yeah? So the client didn't have any guarantee of anything at the end. He didn't have the money, he didn't have the property, he didn't have the land sometimes. So now everything changed. Yeah? And of course, with the lawyers, even safer to go through the whole process. Yeah. So now, for example, to make it short, now with every down payment you make to promoter by law, they have to guarantee you this payment with the bank guarantee.
Right.
What's called aval in Spain. Yeah.
Right.
So that means that the promoter has a special account on the bank, and there is money if he's not fulfilling his obligations.
Right.
So if he would go away, I go to the bank with my document and I would get this money back.
There you go. So exactly. Right there is an,
so it's
an
quite
improvement.
It's quite secure already.
Okay.
I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's about it for today. We went through the buying process, everything from finding a property to doing the reservation, to doing the 10% payment, to going to the notary, to speaking to the lawyer who makes sure that there's due diligence and subject to mortgage.
Exactly.
In order to be covered from a buyer's point of view. We recommend using a lawyer because they clearly have the expertise to apply this kind of work that they're used to.
Exactly.
And
the NIE number. The NIE number is actually, it's also like, it's a document what the buyer needs. The buyer or everyone who wants to do some legal acts in Spain, like hiring a car, open a bank account, or buying a property, they will need this NIE number. It's like it's a foreign identification number. It's actually for the police, but you need it so they have the control of the non-residents here. And that's something what normally we include in the service when you buy. but you need that, and normally we fix it at the same time when we get the power of attorney from the client.
So basically, it's a paperwork in order for you to conduct any business.
Exactly.
Legal, signing papers, renting a car.
And that's the first step. Normally, a client.
This is the first step to becoming a little bit Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. And in the power of attorney, what we recommend to get from the clients at the notary, as I said, normally they are going back to their countries to work, so they give us a power of attorney, and it can be a general power of attorney. I mean, I can do everything for them if they want. It doesn't mean that I can do things on my own. I always need written instructions from the client, then I want that the client feels safe in this regard. So the power of attorney gives me only the power to do something under his instructions, following his instructions. And he can also say, I want to give you power to buy but not to sell. So he can configure it as he wants.
You can customize it as you want.
He can customize it. He can also customize it in timeline. I give you power of attorney until end of March, and then because my completion is in March, and then not anymore.
I presume that would come in handy for people who doesn't live in Spain. I mean, and are on daily basis looking for a property, or they want to sell a property, and then in other ways you can engage on behalf of them on legal terms with their supervision.
It sounds, when we mention the general power of attorney, it sounds always like a little bit risky, because it's really you have all the powers, but then at the end the clients are always grateful that they did it, because during also the buying process or after, there's so many things coming up where they always need us. Like, I mean, they blocked my account on the bank because I didn't present the papers on time of my last income tax. So I need someone to go to the bank. I cannot do it on the phone. So we are in 2 steps there, and if I have my power of attorney with the bank powers, I can fix it in 2 seconds. So for them it's really good. And if it's blocked and they don't have power of attorney, the water bill cannot be paid, the electricity, they're going to cut off the electricity, so they're coming again for 2 weeks of vacation with a nightmare of they have to fix everything again with the bank and all the suppliers. So it's an example, what happens really often.
That could be.
So it's important, and we explain normally, if you don't grant the power of attorney, this can happen, and then I cannot help you. So they appreciate normally, and then they do it.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Amin.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to seeing you again.
You're welcome, Victor.